Here I have some trinomials again. Let's go ahead and factor these. Now, we'll go through the same steps. We want to multiply to 36 and add to 12. Well, this isn't going to be too bad. Our options are 1 and 36, 2 and 18, 3 and 12, 4 and 9, 6 and 6. Now my signs have to be the exact same because we're multiplying to a positive. And there we are. 6 and 6 are going to add to make 12. So when I put this together, I'm going to get x plus 6 times x plus 6. All right, let's do it for the next one. We want to multiply to make 9 and add to make negative 6. Well, our options, 1 and 9, 3 and 3. Now we have to multiply to a positive, so my signs have to be the same. Well, it's going to be this, except they're both going to be negatives. Negative 3 plus negative 3 makes negative 6. So this will factor into x minus 3 times x minus 3. Now, they're the exact same thing written out twice. So another way to write this would be if for number 1, x plus 6 quantity squared, or for number 2, x minus 3 quantity squared. So when your factors are the exact same, and for a trinomial like this, you're going to have the exact same set of parentheses, thus you can write it as a perfect square. So what these are called are perfect square trinomials. Just like any number that can be square rooted to get a whole number is called a perfect square, so too are these called perfect squares. And notice the big characteristic here. Look at the last number. 36 is a perfect square. 9 is a perfect square. The number out front of x squared for both of these has been 1, which actually is also a perfect square. So let's take a look at the third one. And now the first thing I notice here is that I can take a number out of all three parts. My GCF is 4. And when I take a 4 out of everything, I get x squared minus 8x plus 16. So let's try to work from here. Now, it's going to change a little bit. I'm going to multiply now to 16 and add to negative 8. Things that do that, well, I know they have to be the same, so I'm not even going to bother going through it. Let's try 4 and 4, except they have to add to a negative, so they're both going to be negative. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the 4 down and open up my two sets of parentheses. I'm going to have x minus 4 and x minus 4, which could, of course, because they're the same thing, be written as 4 times x minus 4 quantity squared. And we're done.